This is W.C. Tuttle's famous adventure story of Hashknife Hartley and Sleepy Stevens. From the pages of America's best-loved writer of Western tales come Hashknife and Sleepy, roving heroes of the ageless West, starring Frank Martin as Hashknife Hartley and Barton Yarborough as Sleepy Stevens. Here now is the creator of these rough-and-tumble cowboys, W.C. Tuttle himself, ready to begin today's story called The Double Cross.
Howdy, folks. Hashknife and Sleepy have just ridden into the outskirts of Arroyo City. As they pass a small and homely little cottage, Sleepy quietly observes,
Son, when I get too old and tired to chase over them far-off hills, that's the kind of place I'm going to settle down in.
Yeah, cowboy. It's real homelike. Man could find a lot of peace and quiet there.
But appearances are deceiving, for although this was the preacher's home, the peace and quiet was soon broken by a violently interrupted wedding. Unaware of what was about to happen, Hashknife and Sleepy rode on into Arroyo City, ground hitched their horses in some shade, and headed for the Silk Hat Saloon, mighty glad to get in out of the scorching midday Arizona sun. While working on a dusty trail dust thirst, the two roving cowpokes noticed that the bartender, Slim Conover, appeared to be mighty upset.
Well, friend, you're nervouser than a small boy in a dark room. That's the second time you missed a glass. Something eating on you?
Yeah, it sure is. I'm scared I told something I shouldn't.
How's that?
Well, remember that big feller, Ed Harmon, who came in here a few minutes ago asking for Otto Myers? I told him Otto was out of town, then he asked for Tom Knight, remember?
Well, I think I can manage, being all of 10 minutes. What about it?
Well, Otto Myers is the sheriff, and Tom's his deputy. You see, I loaned Tom my clawhammer coat.
Loaned him his Swallowtail, huh?
Yeah.
Well, of course, that clears everything up.
You also told him that this Tom feller was acting his best man. When he asked you where, you said at the preacher's house.
You're awful observant. I kind of hoped I didn't make it that plain.
So, wedding's taking place.
Yeah, wedding. Marriage. Ruins more nice young feller.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you. Hey.
Come on, Sleepy.
Well, don't see nobody trying to get away.
Must have used a rifle in one of the buildings. I'd never find him now. Let's take a look at the target.
Yeah.
Yeah, good shooting. Both shots had his number on them. Well, he won't be needing a sheriff now. Who is he?
The doggone, that's Ed Harmon. Owns the Circle H spread. Biggest in the valley. Yeah, and was the father of the prettiest gal in Yavapai Basin. Poor little Joy.
Real pretty, huh?
Yep, real pretty. And she was one half of that wedding team.
Oh,
And the other half was Jimmy Pierce. Nice youngster, a little quick on the trigger, but likable. Say, somebody better get Doc McBride.
And Sawbones? We can't do Harmon any good now.
I know, but we're real law-abiding in Arroyo City. Nobody's dead here till Doc says so.
now it's going to be right interesting hearing you explain that to the late Ed Harmon there.
Well, it's about time, Doc.
I couldn't get here any sooner, Slim. I came as soon as I heard. Now, let's take a look here. Well, Ed Harmon is quite dead.
Amazing what Dr. Schooling will do.
Man, have I got something to tell her. Lord almighty. That's Ed Harmon. Dead?
Mm-hmm. Just made legal by the doc here.
Who are you?
Tom, meet up with Hashknife Hartley and Sleepy Stevens. They was here when Ed got it. Boys, this here's Tom Knight. He's deputy to Sheriff Otto Myers.
Oh, hi,
Hi,
Tom.
Dad.
Ed Harmon dead. Oh, my gosh.
Well, Tom, I didn't know you was that attached to Ed.
Well, it ain't that. Oh, this ain't good.
Well, most killings ain't, Mr. Deputy.
Tom, what are you talking about?
Well, it's this way. Joy Harmon and Jimmy Pierce and me was at the preacher's house where Jimmy and Joy was getting married. Ed Harmon busted in and grabbed a handful of Jimmy's shirt, yanked him loose from the floor, smashed him on the chin, and throwed him out in the yard. Then he took Joy by the arm and yanked her out of the house.
Sort of looks like Harmon didn't want his daughter to marry that Pierce fella.
And with Jimmy's temper, he's liable... Oh, what am I saying?
Well, there ain't much we can do until Sheriff Myers gets back. Now, would some of you boys carry it over to my place?
Oh, sure, Doc.
Yeah, then we'd all better go to the sheriff's office. I ought to be back pretty soon.
Oh, Tom, before you go, better give me back my coat.
Huh? Oh, yeah, Slim. Here.
Is that the coat you was stewing about, Slim?
Yeah. Why?
That's what I'm wondering. Why?
What was you doing at the wedding, Tom?
Well, being I'm Jimmy's best friend, I was acting as best man. At least I was till Harmon came in.
Uh-huh. And where was you when the shooting took place?
On my hands and knees at the preacher's house, trying to find the wedding ring.
What'd become of Jimmy Pierce?
I don't know, hardly. Never seen him after he was thrown out through the front door.
You sure ain't much help. Go saddle up the horses, Tom. We're going out and bring in Jimmy Pierce.
Oh, now look at here, Sheriff. Jimmy never...
Tom.
All right. Meet you at the stable.
Sheriff, you think this Jimmy Pierce shot Harmon?
I don't know what to think. I just can't figure Jimmy doing a thing like that.
Did Harmon have any known enemies?
No, I don't know.
Oh, what kind of an answer is that?
Well, Harmon Circle H is the biggest spread on the range. He also owns the Arroyo City San Miguel stage line. He's made money, and well, some folks might be envious.
Oh, yeah, I know the fella once who was a dad busted full of envy soap the jailhouse death.
Why?
Begrudged the free room and board them poor jail intimates was getting.
Yeah.
How was Harmon with his money?
Oh, Ed was right free with his money. Only a month ago, he offered $3,000 reward for... Say, that's something I plumb forgot.
What's that?
The reward Ed posted for the capture of El Pintado.
Elfin. What is that?
Spanish cowboy means the pinto, don't it? But why that handle?
Yeah, it does. Well, this fellow always rides a black and white horse. He's done a lot of killing and robbing, mostly on the stages.
Well, all you got to do to find this fella is find the pinto horse, and then just...
Stevens, all the lawmen in this country have tried to do just that, but there ain't one pinto in this whole range.
For a range hotel, this place sure sets a good table.
Oh, it's so. I keep wondering about yesterday, son. Ain't you curious about what's going on?
Yeah.
Hotel man said they brought that Jimmy Pierce in late last night. We might go over to the jailhouse and word grind him a little bit.
Yeah, might. But he'll keep. Right now, I'd kind of like to nose around those hills just east of town.
Why there?
Rough country, close to Arroyo City. Make an awful good hiding out place for somebody who'd want to hide out.
Well, who would want to hide out there?
I don't know. That Pinto feller, maybe.
See anything, Hashknife?
No, brush is too thick. Better hold up. This here's about as far as we can go.
Yeah, Well, what do you know? A blind canyon. Look at them walls, straight up.
Uh-huh. Well, I guess... Sleepy. You smell anything?
No, can't say. Smoke. And you don't need to remind me that where there's smoke, there's fire. Let's get on out of here.
Easy, cowboy. Look back there, the way we came.
Wait. Look at that fire. It's coming faster than a spooked up maverick full of loco weed. Son, we caught. Oh, I just hope I ain't going to be as sorry as I think I'm going to be.
Only way out's the way we came in. Turn that Appaloosa of yours around and start rolling toward it. If we can find a way through it. Hit it. Let's get it. Sleepy. Quick, pull over here to the right. Get that wall.
Are you crazy?
Don't argue. Get on this overhang rock. Quick.
Yeah, all right.
Ain't much, but the outcrop right angle to the canyon like this might funnel the fire away from it.
Oh, easy, fella. Whoa.
Tie your bandana over his eyes. We got a chance of making it by staying right here. If our horses don't bolt. I never realized what a blessing water really was till we got out of that blazing canyon and found this creek with a regular swimming hole in it.
Mm-hmm. Hey, what's the matter with you, son? You got a rock digging in your back?
No. I was just thinking that Pinto feller must have seen us. Sure trapped us slick.
Darn near roasted it.
Right now, looks like he's holding all the aces and face cards. He knows who we are, but we don't know who he is.
Yeah, it kind of scares me. Right now, I feel like I ain't got enough backbone to hang up and rap.
Well, we might go back to the Royal City jail and have a little talk with that Jimmy Pierce fella.
Well, then let's hurry. Come on.
I was pretty mad and figured I'd better get out of town before it did something I'd be sorry for.
Uh-huh. Did you gun down Ed Harmon, Jimmy?
I swear I didn't. I didn't like him, but I'd never kill him.
Well, he busted up the wedding and worked you over good. I'd say he did that because he didn't like you.
Look, Hashknife, old man Harmon had a lot of money. I'm a cowhand, make $30 a month and found. I guess he figured I couldn't take care of Joy properly on that.
Uh-huh. Harmon have any enemies you know of? I mean, anyone that'd want to kill him?
No. Harmon was a big operator. Probably trampled on a few toes, but I don't know of anyone that'd want to murder him.
Well, hi, son. I wasn't sure you'd still be here.
Sleepy, this is Jimmy Pierce.
Well, hi, Jimmy.
Hi, Sleepy.
Well, did you find out anything, Hashknife?
Not much, but Pierce here's convinced me he didn't kill Harmon.
Oh, son, I could have told you that. It was that dad-busted Pinto feller done it.
But he couldn't have...
What was you going to say?
Nothing at all.
Sleepy said this Pinto fella must have gunned Harmon. You said he couldn't have. You know something and you're holding back.
No, I ain't, Hashknife.
Look, young feller, you got about the same prospects as a 3-week-old jackrabbit in a coyote pack. If you didn't kill Harmon, maybe Hashknife here can help you out of this mess. But you've got to string along, too.
Well?
Well, I didn't want to say anything. I kept the secret because of Joy. You two got to promise me not to tell anybody what I'm going to tell you.
We'll promise if it won't protect no killer.
It won't. Because, you see, El Pintado couldn't have killed Ed Harmon.
Well, dadgummit, don't stop now.
Because Ed Harmon was El Pintado.
What?
You sure?
Yeah, I know, and I wish I didn't.
How come you're so certain? Can you prove it?
For sure. It was like this. About 3 years ago.
Hey, you that place, Tom. Hey, you with us, Jimmy.
They would bust in right now. Howdy, Sheriff, Tom.
Howdy, boy.
Well, Sleepy, guess we better be moseying and let Jimmy eat in peace.
Yeah, I reckon so.
Thank you, Tom, for letting me jaw us, Jimmy.
Oh, sure. Anytime, Hartley.
Come on, Sleepy, let's drift.
Well, thanks, Hashknife. Bye, Sleepy.
Where we going to, son?
I want to take a little pass here out to the Harmon spread.
Well, now we've been out to the Harmon place. Did you find out anything that'd help?
Yeah, not much.
Yeah, that means you did get something. You going to tell me? I don't think.
Well, when we was looking over the riding stock, I got the makings of an idea how that Pinto horse business might be worth.
Well, how?
Made a particular point to find out which was Ed Harmon's mount. As soon as I saw it, I began to put two and two together.
Yeah, well, will you quit geeing and hoeing? You got me busting with curiosity.
It could work real easy. You see, Harmon's horse... Head them rocks, Sleepy.
I'm way ahead of you, son. Get up. Dad, busted, if it's that Pinto feller again, so help me, I'm going to blow his head
Better
off.
pile down old fat tag here, Sleepy, or I'll have to catch this Pinto feller all by myself.
Oh, ain't you funny?
Don't shoot. It's me, Jimmy Pierce.
Over here, Pierce. Holster that rifle.
All right, take it easy.
Yeah, he's holstering his rifle. Better keep him covered, though.
Son, he's covered like a marshmallow on an anthill. How come he's out of jail?
How do I know? Keep your finger on the place. We'll find out in a minute.
Doggone, I thought you two'd never start back from Harmon.
Jimmy, how'd you get out of jail?
Tom Knight worked it. A while after you left, he went over to the Silk Hat and heard the boys talking about the killing of Ed Harmon. Seems they figured I was sore about him beating me up and that I'd done it. Well, most of the boys was drinking, and you know how whiskey talk is. Well, they got themselves all worked up and decided a lynching would cure me of my evil ways.
Well, it might at that.
Sleepy.
Look, Jimmy, you never did finish telling us how you figured Ed Harmon was the Pinto fella.
Oh, that's right. The sheriff and Tom come busting in with the victuals. Well, about 3 years ago, I seen that pinto horse for the